Thank you, Jason. It's always good to have you with us. Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Door County. My name is Bob Lindahl, and I will be your service leader today. So, as Unitarian Universalists, let's take this time together to be open to forgiving and to be pardoned. Let us be open to diversity and to be accepted. Let us be open to expression and to be understood. Let us be open to compassion and be loved. Let us be open to awareness and be known. Let us be open to sharing, to exchange, to possibility, to awakening, and to be hopeful. Let us be open to gratitude and be blessed. So as we get going this morning, we have a practice of asking visitors or people who haven't been with us for a while to introduce themselves. We'd like to know who you are if you feel comfortable. So if you do feel comfortable, maybe we'll take one side at a time. If you'd rise, and we'd ask you to stand, and I'll have you introduce yourselves. So let's start with this side. Do we have anybody who would wish to introduce themselves?
I'd like to introduce my friend Laura Gordon, but also a friend of Dan's. And some of you may have seen her at TAP last summer.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. Anyone else over here? Okay, here we go.
Hi, my name is Peter Conroy, and this is my wife, Beverly Ann. We are seasonal members of the congregation, and this is our first service for this summer.
Wow.
A little bit later than usual, but we're very happy to be here and to see all of you.
Welcome back. Yes. Okay.
I'm Kathy Little, and I haven't been here for a while. And this is my sister, Mary Jo Humphrey from Memphis, getting out of the heat for a month with me.
Okay, great. Welcome. Yes.
I'd like to introduce our new artist, Pat Hoos, who just hung her work with a number of people here, including Vicki, and thank you. Her work is rather interesting, and is very sort of mysterious. Do you want to?
Sure. All right, as you know, I'm Pat Huss. I'm from Kaukauna, and I work in oil and cold wax, and I'm happy to be here and to be invited. Thank you. And cold wax and oil is an interesting medium, so if you have any questions, I'll be in the other room and you can ask me. And I've been painting my whole life and love every bit of it. So thank you for inviting me.
Okay, welcome. Anyone else? Yes, Dan?
Hi everyone, I'm Dan Clarer. I'll be the speaker today, and I have a little row of people here. Sarah, my girlfriend, and my mother, Susie, and Charlotte, who's in the show with me down at Third Avenue Playworks in the summer. So happy to be here.
Okay, welcome. Okay. Now, if any of you have other announcements, Terry will bring the microphone around, so please raise your hand and we'll get to you. Somebody has to have one. There we are. Okay.
Hello, I'm Jamie Palmer. I'm his other half. Jason, I don't know if you know it, he directs the Peninsula Symphonic Band, which is Door County's community band. He also directs the Swing and Door Big Band, which is an authentic 40s jazz band that's been around for 5 or 6 years now. We're going to be performing at Peg Egan on August 28th, which is a Thursday night, just a few weeks from now at 7 p.m. It's a free concert. I'm one of the company B girls, so I do close harmony like Andrew's Sisters numbers, which I know will all appreciate. So we hope to see everybody there August 28th, Peg Egan at 7 p.m. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody not remember the Andrews sisters?
I remember them.
Just thought I would check. Okay.
Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Jane Wise, and I just, again, want to thank everyone for contributing to the food pantry and to our food, what do we call it? Food something, the money. Funds for food, the Funds for Food can. And we're making real good use of that. I noticed this past week, past couple of weeks, they have a lot of macaroni and cheese, so we don't need any of that. I think, Heather is buying that in bulk. But to make it, you need butter and milk. So the Funds for Food, I bought a bunch of butter last week, and we'll continue to use your funds wisely. Ensure is another thing that Cindy bought and put in there, and she said it went quickly, and we had been told several times that that's a need in this community. So thanks for that, but also we still need cereal, canned fruit, pasta, sauce, that kind of thing was not there when I was there this past week. So thanks so much for your help.
Anyone else? Okay. So we just have a few other items before we begin our service today. Please remember to silence your cell phones or other noisemakers before we get going here. If you are having difficulty anytime today hearing the service, please raise your hand and Sarah will be able to take care of that so we can, I don't think we'll have a problem with that today, but raise your hand if you do have difficulty. Following today's service, as always, we will have a gathering in the gathering room, and be our opportunity to visit with one another, to have some refreshments, and to just visit a bit for 10-15 minutes or so. After that, you'll hear the chimes, and if you wish, you can come back in here, and we will meet with our speaker over here in the corner, so we'll talk for 25 minutes or so after the service if you wish to come. So please consider that. It's always an interesting time to share together. And we welcome Dan Clearer as our speaker today. Many of you have seen Dan on stage. Dan is an actor, educator, fight director, stage manager, and costume designer for theater companies in the Midwest, including Third Avenue Playworks, Peninsula Players, Northern Sky Theater, and Dorr Shakespeare, and others in the Midwest, including Madison and the Goodman Theater in Chicago. Some little-known facts about Dan would include the fact that he has taught stage combat, but also teaches improv, clowning, Shakespeare, and performance. I just understand that Dan will also be a professor at UW Stevens Point this fall, and also we're going to be attending his performance on Saturday afternoon, so we're looking forward to that. Dan received his BA from UW Stevens Point and his master's in acting from the Royal Conservatory in Glasgow, Scotland. We welcome you, Dan. It's good to have you with us. So now it's time to light our chalice, and we'll ask Jackie Polson if she'd come up here and help us with that. With these words, the element of fire represents passion, veracity, authenticity, and vitality. The flame is supporting structure of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Then we are the flame. We are the flame fanned strong by our passion for freedom, our yearning for truth-telling, our daring to be authentic with one another, and in the vitality we sustain in our meeting together. So let's remember that vitality as we continue our service today. First hymn today is hymn number 309. And we would ask if you stand if you're comfortable and remain standing for the affirmation and doxology. of stars and grace, wrought of the ages and opals spun in space, doth far blue gale, soft nighttime, still dark ocean depth, smooth stone forgives the blind that hallowed tongue will sing, making deep thanksgiving known. Word is our glory, our breath of air, our cry. Parables, letters, or star names in the sky, or myths that play as poets pray, brings meaning to our lives. For every praise on our day, we'll sing till the final day arrives. Music is wonder, an alchemy of art, love's pure enchantment, communion for the heart. From chants to psalms, from jazz to Brahms, no music day at rest. For starry choir in we'll sing, join with them in anthem blest. Hope is our high star, the certitude of bring. Silence our center, our living water spring. The waking heart, no self apart from whole and mystery. For gatherings of spring will sing, oh, our human history. We gather together to seek knowledge and wisdom, to explore freely the vast reaches of mind and spirit, to celebrate within the caring community those truths, ancient and modern, which give meaning and direction to our lives. From all that dwell below the sky, let songs of hope and faith arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung, in every land, by every tongue. Thank you. You may be seated. Now it's time for our joys and concerns. The importance of this part of our service is so easy to underestimate. But in reality, it's here where our sense of community becomes palpable. So we'll ask Terry to bring the mic around. If you have a joy or concern, please raise your hand. And so, yes.
I have a great joy in that I had a wonderful husband for 64 wonderful years. He died last November, and some of you might not know that. And so that's one of my big joys. I had my time with him. My other joy is I have a new friend, Sandy Stoneham, that we've been performing piano duets. We did it a couple years ago here. And we did a good concert a couple of weeks ago, and it's now on YouTube. So you can look for Door Duo, and you will find that we have a combination of many different artists. And our theme is we have fun together, and we want to have everybody who listens have fun.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. Okay.
Good morning. Just a brief update on Mary, or in fact, two brief updates. One is we leave tomorrow morning for a flight back to Cincinnati. Well, she'll be consulting with her two primary cardiologist there. This is supposed to be routine, except for the possibility that she may need another operation this time on her tricuspid valve, and we'll find that out hopefully Tuesday. So if we don't need to do that, we'll be back this weekend, and if we do need to do that, who knows? That just depends when it gets scheduled. So the second point is that both Mary and I learned something this past week. As you can imagine, we've had many appointments postponed for a variety of reasons over the last 6 months. She went to the dentist to have her teeth cleaned. We found out that she has to wait 6 months from the last operation, which was not till April. She has to wait 6 months, even for something as simple as a tooth cleaning. And the reason for that is that when you clean your teeth, some tartar comes off, some bacteria come along. Normally these are pretty friendly bacteria, but given Mary's less than robust situation right now, they could prove dangerous for her. So 6 months, no dentist. 6 to 12 months, if she needs to go to a dentist badly enough, then that has to be accompanied with a regimen of antibiotics. So we'll know a little more next week.
Thank you for keeping us posted, Dick.
Hi, Alan Kapishke. In 3 weeks, we'll be celebrating 40 years of marriage. That is if it survives the stress test of 2 weeks of traveling together. We're going to Reykjavik and London and Stratford, leaving Wednesday.
Hi, Hillian DiLeo. I'm celebrating the birth of my 4th great grandchild. His name is Hayden Arthur. I don't know where the Hayden came from, but Arthur's a family name.
Good.
Hi, Jerry here. My daughter Molly came up with her 10-year-old daughter, and we had several days together, and it was absolutely fabulous to be with a little one, even if she is an Uno card shark and beat us to every game.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. So it's now time to take our offering this morning. Our offerings each week help sustain this fellowship as a place where all voices can be heard, where the truth can be spoken without fear, where vulnerability is met with compassion. We give in gratitude for this beloved community and with hope for a world where more voices can speak their truth. You can give here this morning, or you can go to our website, uufdc.org, and give there. Thank you. So on the first Sunday of each month, we try to reflect on the principles and values of our Unitarian faith. So today, we'll set the tone for our moment of quiet with these thoughts. We seek to practice interdependence with all things and the planet. Equity for all to flourish and live with dignity. Generosity as shown with a spirit of gratitude and abundance. Justice to foster a world free from oppression and strife. Transformation that embraces change and growth. Diversity that honors all beliefs, cultures, and perspectives of goodwill. And love, which binds us and all of these values together. So let's now sing our next hymn, number 108. And once again, please rise if you're able to sing with us, My Life Flows On, an Endless Song. Sails a new creation. All the tumult and the strife, I hear the music clinging. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What through the tempest round me brings? Seated.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm so happy to be here. First, I have a little reading. This is a letter from Hamlet to the players. Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue, but if you mouth it, as many of your players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hand thus, but use all gently. For in the torrent tempest, and as I may say, the whirlwind of passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings, who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for o'erdoing termagant. It out Herod's Herod. I pray you, avoid it. Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action. With this special o'erstep not the modesty of nature, for anything so o'erdone from the purpose of playing, whose end, both at the first and now, was and is, to hold, as 'twere the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of the time his form and pressure. Now this is o'erdone, or come tardy off, though it make the unskilful laugh, cannot but make the judicious grieve, the censure of the which one must in your allowance o'erweigh a whole theatre of others. Oh, there be players that I have seen play and heard others praise, and that highly, not to speak it profanely, that neither having the accent of Christians nor the gait of Christian, pagan, nor man, I have so strutted and bellowed that I have thought some nature's journeymen had made men and not made them well. They imitated humanity so abominably. There we go. Oh, reform it altogether, and let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them. For there be of them that will themselves laugh to set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too, though in the meantime some necessary question of the play be then to be considered. That's villainous, and shows a most pitiful ambition in the fool that uses it. Go, make you ready. I love this speech. I mean, Hamlet is obviously one of our greatest works of literature and plays, and I think this speech encompasses a lot of what I am about to talk to you about, which is acting the song. So I'm a theater maker. I'm a storyteller. I love telling stories, and the most important part of my job, and one of my favorite elements, is the part that can never be replicated: the audience. You. I can rehearse and revise and craft a moment within an inch of its life, but that can all go out the door when I do it in front of an audience. Every audience is different. Every time a story is told, whether it's told the same exact way, like in a movie, can't be changed, or a big Broadway show, or a little 124-seat house like Third Avenue Playworks, the thing that is always different and new and exciting, at least for us on stage, is the audience. That is why I love storytelling. And I'd like to read a quote from one of my favorite films, The Dead Poets Society. We don't read and write poetry. These are what we stay alive for. To quote from Whitman, "O me, O life, of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, what good amid these, O me, O life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?" So you might ask, what does this have to do with acting the song? Well, A song is at its heart poetry. Words crafted to resemble and be accompanied by music. A character in a play or musical will only burst into song when mere words or actions will not suffice. Just like a character in a Shakespearean play might fight when they have nothing left to say. Hans Christian Andersen said it best, where words fail, music speaks. In My Fair Lady, Eliza Doolittle is so overjoyed with her elocution lessons finally clicking in, and that one Henry Higgins danced with her, that she can hardly contain herself. The song I Could Have Danced All Night seemingly comes out of nowhere and is in direct correlation with her thoughts and feelings. It actually starts in a fairly conversational and exasperated manner. Bed, bed. I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Sleep, sleep, I couldn't go to sleep, not for all the jewels in the crown. Now, this is where the song swells and the emotional overwhelm takes her, and she can't help but sing. I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I love the use of scales and the ascending arpeggios in that song that gives us the sense of waves of emotion overtaking her. Joy and love are quite powerful in song, obviously, and we can imbue them into performance. The use of dynamics is also used to great effect. As the emotion overwhelms her, she increases her volume. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced, danced, danced all night. So Plato said music gives the soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Now raise your hands if you've ever gotten carried away with an emotion and didn't realize that you were speaking louder. I love you! I'm so excited to be here. The use of volume is so essential in conveying emotion through song. In South Pacific, we get the beautiful "Some Enchanted Evening." The majority of the song is relatively quiet. You may see a stranger, you may see a stranger across a crowded room. And somehow you'll know even then, that somewhere you'll see her again and again. And then it starts to build in small dynamic blooms. Some enchanted evening, someone may be laughing, someone may be laughing across a crowded room, and night after night, as strange as it seems, the sound of her laughter will sing in your dreams. Until it finally builds to a torrent of emotion, overcoming the singer with passion and introspection. Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel her call you across a crowded room, then fly to her side and make her your own, or all through your life you may dream all alone. Then it shrinks way down as quietly as possible, which allows for the words and emotions to swell once more to the finish. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her go. So you see, these beautiful waves of emotion can be helped by dynamics and actually feeling the passion in the song, which I heard a lot of in the first two hymns that we had today. So it gives you a sense of hope, and that this character has experienced overwhelming and undeniable love, and perhaps lost it. And he wants others to learn from his loss, his mistakes, his pain. Rodgers and Hammerstein were, of course, masters of this, and they lay this all out in a roadmap in the music. Little dynamics coming in and out all the way through the song. Now, if we break this down a little further, mechanically, when we speak, air moves through our vocal cords and they vibrate. And this vibration creates sound. And these vibrations travel in waves through the air and hit our ears in variations, allowing us to hear different values of sound. Now, as humans, we have such a beautiful gift to manipulate our sounds and our voices in a way that has developed over our whole existence on this planet. We have actually figured out how to improve these sounds by changing the tone and pitch and resonation and creating song. First, however, we need to speak the speech. So take these poetic words, highly regarded as some of the most famous in human history. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. Hamlet, contemplating death and whether it's worth it to live, it is, helps us connect with one of our most human traits. What is the meaning of life? At least that's how I like to interpret this speech. It's interpreted by every actor differently. It's also one of the most famous pros and cons list, really. Certainly powerful on their own, those words. But if we set those words to music, the question is to be or not to be, to face the slings and arrows bearing down on me, to take arms against a troubled sea. The question is to be or not to be. The words are slightly changed, but the sentiment is the same. And now we have the addition of the melody. And yes, there is a Hamlet musical. At this point, what is not a musical? It started as a fringe show at the Edinburgh Fringe. And this is maybe the only number that's really worth it from this show, but still, it happened. Now, when we get to add music, when we add music, it's undeniable. It quite literally resonates with us more, and therefore we feel the sentiment deeper than when words are spoken. We are feeling those vibrations. To me, simplicity in music and poetry is always the most effective. Don't get me wrong, I love a good patter song. I am the very model of a modern major general. Or Trouble from The Music Man. And I'm always impressed with the nuanced and complex Sondheim epic songs. However, the songs that put me the most in my feels, singing or listening to, are the simple tunes with simple poetic lyrics. Sunny days chasing the clouds away. Or, it's you I like. It's not the things you wear. It's not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like. Or, happy birthday to you. Now, this is a perfect example of how to act the song, right? We have all sung this song, Happy Birthday, maybe hundreds of times in our life. And I know some of those renditions that you have sung have been less than wholehearted and full of joy, myself included. Happy birthday to you. And of course, at least when there's artists around, there's always the 8-part harmony version, or at least the one person that's always going for the way too high part that's way too high. Happy birthday to you. But at its core, happy birthday is a sentiment. It's celebrating someone's life lived and wishing well their future life and the hope of many more years to come. And many more. I actually want to sing happy birthday right now with all of you. Is there anybody in the audience that actually has a birthday today? Is it anybody's birthday? We can sing to Hayden. We can sing to Hayden. We'll sing to your, okay, great. So Hayden, and now I really want you to sing to Hayden so that maybe he can hear you wherever he is, way far, far away. But really celebrate that life. Celebrate Hayden. Really sing to him, wish him well, and celebrate the moment with everyone here, because this is a group activity after all. So ready? 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hayden. Happy birthday to you. Yay! I'm that guy. I'm the guy that sings the high part. I do all the weird stuff. That's okay. That was fantastic. And the beautiful thing is, what just happened in this room is that you all felt it. You all felt that moment. I can see it. There's a lot more smiles than before. I mean, there's a lighter demeanor in the room. Everybody feels a sense of joy. And music and poetry is a powerful thing. One of my favorite movies, and in my opinion, a perfect film, is It's a Wonderful Life. And at the end, no spoilers, the group gather around and sing Auld Lang Syne to wash away the old year and ring in a new one. And I always tear up when I sing. I'm even thinking about it. Oh, God. Even thinking about the song makes me tear up. It evokes this cathartic release, also considering the story you've just witnessed of this man's life. I'm not going to sing it right now because I'll just cry. I also love a song that poses a question. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? And when you sing a question, really ask that question. Can you feel the love tonight? Who let the dogs out? Who? In Fiddler on the Roof, great transition, right? One of my favorite musicals, and my favorite scene and song happens late in the play when Tevye, the leading character, asks his wife Golda if she loves him. It's a simple song with a simple tune and a seemingly simple question, but of course it's actually a very complex question between these two that these characters have to work through together. Do you love me? Do I what? Do you love me? Do I love you? Well, these people, these characters, have been together forever and have not stopped for even a second of their busy lives to ask that simple question. Do you love me? And they really ask it. He is really asking it. And she fluffs it off as kind of ridiculous until about halfway through the song when she really thinks about it. And he makes her think about it. And they recount their lives in this relationship, heartache and troubles, and they realize that they have built a life together. And regardless of all the trials and tribulations, yes, they do love each other. So the way to really act the song is to know what you're saying and why. Ask yourself, why am I, or the writer or the character, asking this question? Why are these words being said in this vast sea of words at our disposal? The feeling and emotion of the moment is the most important thing. And if you can understand the why and truly know the wants, the needs, the pain, the joy, the soul of the words, then saying or singing those words will be the simplest thing. The number one question actors get asked is, how do you remember all those lines? Well, if you know who you are and what you want, and say them words over and over again for weeks in rehearsal, it's not that hard. It can be hard. That's why we train, right? So I'm gonna end by singing one of my favorite songs by one of my favorite clowns, Charlie Chaplin. And I love the simplicity of this song, and it's hopeful and sad and truthful and as warm as all of you have been for me here today, so thank you. And I want you to listen to this song and listen to the simplicity of the words, listen to the dynamics, listen to the melody, clock how it makes you feel, clock how it changes you. So thank you and enjoy. Smile. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you'll just smile. Thank you.
Isn't it amazing? Where else would you go on a Sunday morning to have such a wonderful variety of speakers, and you're never disappointed. Thank you, Dan. So as we extinguish our chalice today, we take the chalice light into our hearts. Its spark helps us understand what troubles both ourselves and those that we meet. Its light of reason becomes a guide in our decisions. Its rays help us bring hope to those in need of help in both body and spirit. So as we leave today, may we carry that flame of passion to help heal our world. May we spread the warmth of the glow of love, pushing back on the darkness of this world, and then share this light wherever we go.